Yep.
What's up, Marco?
Chilling, homie.
Hey, man. Good to see you here, dude. I appreciate you taking your time to be here.
Thank you for the invite.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dialogo. This is another episode. Thank you for being here. You know, this is our 5th episode. That's a big step. I didn't see myself doing this too long, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, I thought I was going to fail. I was like, man, dude, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. So
You just got to keep going.
I know. Look at us now, dude. Here in my little studio that's become like a little thing now. People want to come here.
That's tight. I like it.
This is where you hear me all the time playing Warzone. So
yeah, we definitely hear each other.
Yeah, man. So can you introduce yourself to the people from Dialogo?
Yeah, of course. My name is Marco Torres. It's actually Marco Antonio Torres. I was born in Matamoros, Tamaulipas, across the border from Brownsville, Texas. But, you know, I was brought to Houston when I was a baby. Probably, I don't know. I always thought it was like a 2 or 3 years old, but my dad says that, I was like not even 1 year old. Like they brought me here in pañales all the way.
Wow.
Pero when we first got here, we lived over off of Navigation and Jensen.
Correct.
Like kind of over by like Our Lady of Guadalupe Church or Mama Ninfas.
Yeah, I used to work down the street.
So that's where we live. We used to walk to church and walk to Ninfas, and it was amazing. And then when my brother and sister were born, we moved up to the north side, and that's where we've been ever since. So north side, Houston, Texas.
North side. So,
that's where I'm from.
So you're originally from Old Magnolia, right?
Yeah. Original East End, Second Ward, Segundo Barrio. Yeah.
It's a really beautiful side of town here in Houston. I know for La Virgen de Guadalupe, they do all that celebration there.
Dude, I remember. Yeah, they did I remember Guadalupe Plaza before it was like renovated.
Yeah,
I remember seeing like Selena there.
Oh shit!
I remember seeing like La Mafia there. They would always do like concerts there.
Oh wow!
And when I was a kid, my parents used to take me to go see these concerts just because it was literally down the street.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, I remember seeing Selena at Astroworld when I was 14, 1994.
Was that her last concert?
No, I think it was like the next year at the rodeo, the Astrodome. And because she had 3 shows at the Astrodome. I went to the first one and the second one. I missed the last one.
Oh, wow.
And it's because this was my sister's birthday that day. And we would always go to the rodeo every year. And in that year, Cotejano Day landed on their birthday. And they're like, oh, well, let's skip the rodeo this year. Let's just do like a, regular birthday party for my brother and sister are twins.
Oh, wow.
Teresa y David. And so we didn't go to the last one, and that was her last one. That was crazy.
Oh man, that's so cool. But, being able to experience those last ones was probably pretty cool.
Yeah.
And based on what you do now, it's probably like a big flashback, right?
It's amazing. I guess. I'm a full-time freelance photographer and taco journalist, which I always say it's the best job in the world. So I started taking photos around 2004, 2005 is when I picked up a camera for the first time. I had my tío Angel. He recently passed away, but he was a photographer.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And he inspired me to take photos, but he was always working on film, Minoltas and medium format and Canons and everything like that. But everything was film, so I saw what he did. I liked what he did, but I always thought it was like a lot of work, obviously, because film is a lot of work.
Correct.
But then, mid 2000s, I was even like helping build computers, and I could like download stuff, and I grew up in like the Napster LimeWire days.
Yeah.
So I was like, I could take a digital photo and put it on the computer and edit it in Photoshop or anything else, and then share it that way. I was on Flickr back then. There was no social media back then.
That was like the Tumblr.
It was just before Tumblr.
Yeah,
like Flickr was the shit. Yeah. So every time I got a photo on the Explore page of Flickr, I was like, damn, this is tight. I think I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah.
And I got better and better, and then so 2004, 2005 is when I started taking photos, and then 2009. I was already shooting concerts here and there, but then I started taking photos for the Houston Press. Like I emailed like the Press, the Chronicle, a bunch of other magazines and newspapers in the city telling, I had a little portfolio going and stuff. And finally, Chris Gray at the Houston Press, he was my music editor. He's like, well, we have a concert coming up. Bun B and Friends at Warehouse Live. It's June 2009. It was one of his first shows that he played after Pimp C passed away.
Holy crap!
And so it was crazy.
Yeah,
like I mean that. So they sent me on assignment. I got my photo pass. I got my ticket to get in, and somehow I even got backstage. That first show as a photographer, professional photographer, getting paid for the Houston Press, it basically changed my life. I got to meet Bun B, which is a good friend of mine now, and I've worked with him and I traveled with him all over the world. Tokyo, Mexico City, all over the U.S., everywhere. And then I got to meet Paul Wall, Trey the Truth, Zero, Devin the Dude, you name it. They were there that day. Wow. That even like Drake was there before he like made it super big.
Correct.
He had just dropped his first mixtape, I think. And Lupe Fiasco was there. I was starstruck.
Yeah,
I was like, man,
that was like the best lineups there.
It was amazing. And then I still learning how to use my camera, especially like taking photos in a dark room at a concert is very, very difficult.
Correct, the lighting and
all that stuff. Because you can't. I mean, it's not like you can tell the artist, "Oh, can you move over here and can you pose this way and can you stand in the light or whatever." Like lights are changing, they're moving. You basically have no control over what's going on.
Yeah.
But man, I remember I was in the photo pit, and Bun B like looked at me and he shot me the H-Town sign, and I was able to like focus and shoot it. And man, when I got home that night and I put it on the computer, I literally stared at that photo for like hours. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Like he looked at me and I took that picture.
And I was like, I could do this shit for the rest of my life. And that's where, kind of after college, I worked in oil and gas. Mm-hmm. And then in between one of my contracts for oil and gas, I started working at a bank. And then I worked for a credit union, and I was making really good money. And but I really, I had this photography itch, and I was doing my day job, and then at night I would go out and shoot photos or write articles or do something. And then it came to a point where that's what I knew I wanted to do. And in May of 2013, I quit my day job, and I've been doing photography and journalism and writing ever since.
That's crazy, man. That's a beautiful story to say, that you. And it's one of the things that we talk about here, pursuing your dreams, like not doubting yourself, man. Because I just feel like so many people doubt themselves. I read this quote and said, "Hay mucho talento perdido por la duda."
Oh yeah,
yeah,
claro.
Yeah, y es que hay mucha gente que la duda le afecta mucho. Pensar qué es lo que la gente va a decir de ti o qué va a pasar, qué pasa si no lo hago. Yeah. But if you don't try, then you don't.
And that's the thing, I've been very blessed with a supportive family, and I went to college, I got my degree, I went into my field. I worked in oil and gas, and then I worked in finance and other stuff. Pero that's not what I want to do. I was making good money. I missed the money. Because as a freelancer, you don't know where your next check's coming, and especially the last couple of years with the pandemic. Oh man, no events, no concerts. No, I get paid when I take photos of concerts. I write articles. I take photos of food. So with the pandemic, they shut down all events. You almost even couldn't go to the restaurant. You had to either get it to go or get it delivered. And and then every now and then I'll shoot quinceañeras and weddings and stuff. So there was none of that. None of that for almost 2 years. Yeah, we're on the third year of the pandemic.
Third year,
so it's
it's a long relationship.
So yeah, it's. I mean, my business has always been up and down, and I've learned how to relegate that within myself. Yeah, I'm also single. I don't have any kids. So I mean, I know somebody with a family would be very so. I know how to stretch my dollar. Yeah, and I'm not very fancy, man. I don't buy super nice clothes. I don't buy a lot of shoes, but I like to eat.
Yeah, you like to
and I like to travel. So all the money that I do make, That's what I was investing in: camera gear, traveling experiences, food.
So you invest a lot in your gear.
Yeah,
that's what gives you food in your table, right?
Exactly.
Was it anywhere hard to invest into yourself that you were like, oh my god, like I'm probably not gonna invest?
Last year, still during the pandemic, I actually sold like 2 of my cameras and like a couple of lenses because there was no work. I was doing some social media work for the summer with a couple of brands and PR companies, and that was kind of helping me out, getting me through the year. I would get like 1 or 2 gigs, like good paying gigs a month, and that was kind of keeping me afloat and stuff like that. But like, I had a couple of really nice Canons that I was using, and I saw that one of my buddies needed some help. He had like 2 or 3 cameras, and they were all like broken in one way or another.
Yeah.
So I sold one of them to him, and I sold another one to somebody else, and it's like and I still have like a little Sony Alpha A6000 that I use, and it's small, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles as like my pro Canon cameras, but somebody like me that knows what they're doing, I can make it work. Yeah. I can actually take photos with my phone, edit it.
You don't have an iPhone?
No, I don't have I'm team Android. Yeah, that's the only thing about me. Yeah, I always get shit about it, but it's all right. It's all good. Yeah. I like my Google Pixel, man. I really like it.
Man, dude, I have to get a second phone now.
Yeah,
and I went to T-Mobile last night, and I called my girl, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna get a second phone. She was like, why? And I was like, man, you know what? They offered me an Android, and I was like, no, I don't want to do it. And I even spoke to one of my colleagues, and he was like, yeah, but I don't get it. I was like, I just don't want to be with 2 iPhones. I'm gonna look stupid.
I think it was funny. I forget who it was, but I just saw something because I don't watch a lot of TV shows. Mm-hmm. Like I watch things. Right now we're watching Netflix, and it's a food related. I'll watch food related stuff all day long. But like shows, I really don't get into. But I get into a lot of like YouTube videos. So I'm always watching like YouTube videos or the shorts, or I'm on social media. So I'm on Instagram, Marco from Houston. Please follow me.
I'll link him below so you guys can follow him.
And Twitter is also Marco from Houston. So I get a lot of my news and a lot of my stories, and I see a bunch of stuff through social media and through YouTube. I was watching something on YouTube where there was like a CEO of a company. He says, yeah, I have 2 phones. One phone is strictly for my family. Only my family has my number.
Yeah.
And that's how I communicate with them. The other phone is his business phone, and he gives that phone out to everybody and anybody. His employees.
Yeah.
I think he had like thousands of people working for him. His employees have his cell phone. All these other people that he runs into. So it's like, it's good to be in connection, and it's actually good to have a couple of phones. I actually turn off a lot of my notifications. Wow. And I try not to be driven by constantly trying to see who liked something or who's emailing me or whatever. And I'll still answer like my texts and my phone calls, but I'm not there. You have to kind of find a balance between your sanity and your actual real life and the life that's in your phone.
I saw an interview of one of my favorite podcasts. It's called La Cotorrisa. And they were just talking about their notifications.
Yeah.
They turn them off. He was like, my WhatsApp, everything's off. He was like, and if I need to check something, I'll look, and then I'll see who I replied to.
Exactly.
I was like, that's crazy. Now, what the level that me and the company were getting to behind the scenes and my job, it's like, fuck, man, I really need a second phone because I'm on a phone call here, and then I get another phone call and I can't answer, So I'm thinking about it right now. I'm looking for a BlackBerry if anybody has one for sale. I
used to have a T-Mobile Sidekick.
Oh, bro,
that was amazing. Because you could like flip it up, and like it had an actual QWERTY keyboard, and you just. That shit was
just
dope.
need a BlackBerry. I used to have 2 BlackBerries.
Dude. Oh, really? And I never got into the BlackBerry game.
And then you had like the diamond messaging. It's like the iMessage now.
Yeah.
But I do a lot of emails, so a keyboard will be perfect for me. So I tried Facebook. I already looked it up, but all of them are like fucked up.
But I thought they stopped making, or they stopped supporting the operating software for BlackBerry.
Well, you know,
or something like that.
Okay, so I watched Sex and the City. Sorry, and the new show they got sponsored by BlackBerry, and they have a smartphone now with a keyboard, so it's touching. Yeah, I was like, oh shit, but it's like $2,000.
I think some Sony phones have a QWERTY keyboard, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, but it's one of those things like, okay, you're getting amazing hardware, and lenses, and the actual build is good, but the operating system is trash.
Sorry to say that, bro. Yeah,
I mean, even my little Sony camera, I love my little Sony cameras, but it's like, man, their menus are a fucking piece of work, man.
I used to have an A7.
Yeah,
I had an A7.
I mean, I've shot with everything. I've shot with Nikon. I've shot with Sony. I've shot with Canon. My go-to is Canon because I can do that in my sleep. I can shoot. You give me a entry-level Canon with like a 50 millimeter, 1.8, and I can make something happen. Same thing with Sony. The Sony, I have my little A6000, and I have a little like 28 millimeter or 20 millimeter lens on there. Mm-hmm. Fixed lens 2.8, and man, I just shot an event this weekend, and it made it to the front page of Houstonia, and it was all with that one little camera. It looks like a point and shoot, but the crazy thing is that little camera, that little Sony, has more megapixels and bigger sensor than some of my pro Canon photos.
Wow!
But it's the color science, and it's the sensor, like the colors and the something about Canon as opposed to Sony that is just, I don't know, the photos come out different.
The pros and cons of
but I mean,
so a lot of people DM me on the page, and they're like, hey, what camera are you using?
Let
me tell you guys, I'm using my iPhone.
I mean, and I think you've said this to me. I've heard you say this to me before. It's like the best camera is whatever you have in your hand, whatever you have on you at the time. I've taken some crazy amazing photos on my Google Pixel. Sponsor me again, please. Yeah. I used to do some social media work for Verizon, and they gave me three. They gave me like a original Pixel, the Pixel 2, and now I have the Pixel 3. And they're amazing. I'm probably gonna pay for the Pixel 6.
It's coming
up because I have I can exchange or whatever. But actually, I like to keep my old phones in case I need it for something or other. Like,
I usually trade them in because I do. You trade in your phone and
they give you like $300 to $500 off. Yeah, like that $700 off.
Let me check on the camera real quick, bro, because we had some issues here before. All right. Oh, bro, we had video.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Nice.
Man, let me tell you, I had 2 episodes where I lost.
You should get like an external screen or something like that, like a mirror.
So I had it on the
or just literally put a mirror
on the back. Oh shit!
I'm so smart.
You're fucking smart. No, and I've seen and I read a lot that it's hard to do a 1-minute operation where like I do the audio, I do the editing on the audio, I do the editing on the video. I make sure I'm recording. I set everything straight, and it's hard.
Well, that's cool about some of the Sony cameras that have the flip out telescope or whatever screen, so you can actually see yourself. A lot of bloggers use that too.
Yeah, so it's just adapting to the technology nowadays.
Yeah, for sure.
So going back to your career, what has been one of the biggest events that you've covered that you say, oh my god, this is, other than your first gig?
Yeah. I mean, so back in the day, the Houston Press used to be owned by a company called Voice Media Group, which was like NPR? The Village. Huh?
Is it NPR? No, right?
No. It was Voice Media Group, which was like the name came from the Village Voice in New York City. The Village Voice was like one of the premier. They call them alternative news weeklies. Okay. So in every city you have your paper of record. So in Houston is the Houston Chronicle. In New York City, you have New York Times, and LA Times. So every paper has like their mainstream. They call it the paper of record, like the city's main paper. Yeah. And then you have like the alternative papers that are mostly doing like music, entertainment, food, more non-crime, non-politics. Although, a lot of the alternative news weeklies, they've really got into some really amazing journalism as far as I have a friend, his name is Gustavo Arellano, that from the OC, south of LA. He was working for OC Weekly, and he did some amazing work out there. Like his investigative journalism has brought down like KKK leaders that were working as sheriffs and all kinds of other politicians that were corrupt. I mean, you're talking about somebody working for a newspaper doing all these amazing reportings and stories and actually making a difference in the community.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of people that I because I didn't go to school for journalism. I graduated from the University of St. Thomas here in Houston.
Okay.
I studied international studies and business. Well, I started international studies, minored in business and theology. So, and then, like a lot of Houstonians went to work for oil and gas. And then after that, I went to a bank and then credit union. But like, nobody taught me how to take photos. Nobody taught me how to write articles or be a journalist. It just kind of happened, and seeing others do it, and interning for people and being an assistant for people and kind of learning my way. And I mean, I know how to write.
Yeah.
And talk to people, and that's one of my biggest attributes. Like I can go into a room and
talk to people.
I take after my dad. My dad can go into a panadería, comes out. Did you know that este güey es de Matamoros y fue it's like antes jugaba fútbol con él. Like he comes out with a fucking life story. I'm like, Dad, you were gonna get some barras and some pan,
Yeah.
But I got that from my dad. Like,
I mean, that's always a good trait to have.
Yeah.
And I've always said it. When you could go into a room and socialize without being scared.
Exactly.
You have immense of doors, possibilities that can open for you.
He also taught me to like be very observant.
Correct.
Like know your, like one of those things like your dad know your exits and know what's going on and kind of see what everybody's kind of doing, because you can spot somebody being malicious right away. Like somebody with malintent, you see them walk in and you see them looking around, you see them whatever they're doing, it's like, oh shit, something's going down.
My dad is the same way.
Yeah.
Same way, and he's put that onto us. We're from Mexico City, so Mexico City, you gotta watch out.
Definitely.
Not giving a bad name to my city, but
I love Mexico City. Man.
But
but I've been in those situations before.
It's there's a saying called "O te chingas o te jodes."
Claro.
Either you're gonna get robbed or something's gonna happen to you.
Yeah.
But you gotta be very observant. I like that you said about your friend, and how far he's gotten with journalism.
Yeah.
Did you watch that Seth Rogen movie where he writes for the president?
Oh,
I forgot the name.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I was just talking about it because there's a new movie coming out with Jennifer Lopez, Maluma, and Owen Wilson. I was like, what the heck's going on? And then I was talking to my sister, and I was like, yeah. And I talked about that, the one about Seth Rogen with Charlize Theron. She's going to be the president or something.
Yeah.
I was like, I can see that more than I can see Owen Wilson with Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, I just always wins. Like his nose always fucks him.
Yeah. Wow.
But that Seth Rogen movie, when I'm bringing it to point,
what's it called?
Dude,
I forgot what it's called. But I saw that movie. It was pretty good.
My mom told me, she was like, you have two big ass screens in front of you. You always ask what it is.
We also have like a mini computer in our hands.
Yeah, and she was like, and you never get the answers. So
that's funny.
We're actually getting to use the computer today. Let's see what it was.
Head of State? No.
This movie was Long Shot.
Long Shot. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he joins her, and once. He was going on a pursuit for the KKK. That's why I was bringing it.
That's funny,
because he was pursuing the KKK, and he went like incognito, and he became part of the KKK.
That's crazy.
And he gets tattooed like while he's getting tattooed, he was like, "Fuck this!" He was like, oh, "I'm not the KKK." He jumps out the window.
Damn, I forgot about that part.
Yeah, it was like
I've only seen it once, so
I watched it like 4 times. It's one of my favorite movies, but that's good, man. And then the food industry. You're big on that, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I was a principal photographer for this book called The Tacos of Texas. It was published through the University of Texas, and it was published in 2016. So I met the author of this book in Miami. I was at a marketing conference in Miami called Hispanicize. It's one of the big marketing conferences. and it was pretty cool because I was working with like who was I working? I think I was working with the Cricket Wireless at the time, doing some social media work, and they're like, "Hey, we have some spots for this conference in Miami. You know, we can, you know, airfare, room and board, and everything. If you want to go, take some photos, and you know." So it was pretty cool. I was there, got to meet a lot of people. Well, I met this guy. His name is Mando Rayo. He's actually from El Paso, but he's been living in Austin for the last 20 years. And Mando and this other guy named Jared Neese, who used to work with South by Southwest, they started a Tumblr or a blog spot.
Okay.
Showing my age and our age.
I don't even know.
They started a blog spot called tacojournalism.blogspot.com. And it was voted from the Austin Chronicle one of the best blogs of the year or something like that. Wow. For multiple years. So they started this thing called taco journalism, where they would go to all these taco places in Austin and write about them and talk about different things in the taco world. And then they got a contract for a book, their first book, which was Austin Breakfast Tacos, the story of the most important taco of the day. And it was a small book, maybe 200 something pages. Like they would put it in like the visitor's guide, or they would give it out at like hotels and in the airports and stuff like that. It was a good book.
Yeah.
And then like because of that, University of Texas was like, "Hey, we want you guys to write a book for us, but not just breakfast tacos. We want all tacos and all over the state of Texas." And they're like, "Okay, yeah, we could do that." So they got another book deal. And the photographer, my friend Dennis Burnett, for the first book, he didn't want to be a photographer for the second book. He actually had a vision to turn it into a TV series or to like a video series. So he was going to be busy taking video of everything.
Yeah.
So they needed to hire a photographer. So in that time, I met Mando in Miami, and it turned out we had a lot of mutual friends in the taco world, in the food world, and in the Hispanics doing cool shit world. Correct. Across Texas. We knew a lot of the same people. We had a lot of mutual friends, a lot of mutual contacts. And he's like, "Hey, I see that you're about this taco life, and you're a good photographer, and you can shoot a variety of things. Your portraits are good. Your food is good. Your food photos are good. Your location, like you can shoot a lot." Because some people get pigeonholed, or they pigeonhole themselves, where it's like, "I'm only a fashion photographer,"
correct,
or "I'm only a wedding photographer," or "I'm only a food photographer." Fuck that. I do everything. The only thing I don't shoot is like newborn babies and like maternity photos. I'll give that. I'll let my friend Sarah do those photos. She works with me sometimes on weddings and stuff. But so they hired me. They're like, "Hey, do you want to work on this taco book that we're doing?" And University of Texas gave us two options. You could do all of we call it research, which means go to all these places, eat tacos, and you can take your photos, do your interviews and stuff. So you could do your research over the course of 3 months in the summer, and then get all the photos and write all your book and publish it in 1 year. Or we can give you a year to do all that research, and the book will come out in 2 years. Well, obviously, we don't get paid until the book comes out.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Fuck it, let's do it. Let's do it this summer.
Yeah.
Let's churn out the book, churn out the photos, and we'll get the book out next year, and we'll get paid." Also, you don't really get rich off of publishing, even if you're like on a bestseller list or whatever.
Okay.
They give you an advance, and then you get some residuals of the sales, but it's not a lot. I mean.
You get your check.
Yeah, but it's not a lot. I'm not gonna get rich off of that, but it opened 1,000,001 doors for me.
Sure. Now you're in a book.
I met so many amazing people all across. Oh, and we drove.
Oh no, airplanes.
We drove all over the state of Texas, like 7,000 to 8,000 miles or more, because we did Austin. Well, we started in the Valley. We started in Brownsville, Harlingen, McAllen. We did that. Went to Laredo, and then we did like San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, El Paso, Midland, Odessa, Corpus Christi. I might be missing one. Anyway, we did like 10 major cities across Texas, but we drove everywhere. Mando's a like marketing genius, so he got Chevrolet to donate a brand new like amazing. It was a Chevy Silverado Texas edition. It had Wi-Fi. It had leather. It had everything. It
was a full package.
And then he got Shell to sponsor us.
Gas.
And they would just FedEx us gas cards. Like wherever city we were in, they would just FedEx us gas cards. So we would pay for gas with that. We would buy drinks and snacks, and then we would either, they would pick up the bill on the hotels, or we would stay if we knew like somebody had a really big house that would, take somebody like me that snores a lot, or we would stay in like not nice hotels, but like we stayed like Holiday Inn or I think one of the nicest hotels we stayed in was in Dallas, one of the like the Omnis or something.
Oh man!
But I mean,
it's better than nothing, dude.
So everybody's in Austin. I'm from Houston, so I had to go to Austin, and I didn't come home for like 3 months, except when we did the Houston.
You were on the road.
I was on the road, and it didn't make sense for me to drive home because we would take breaks like every like 4 or 5 days. They'd go back to Austin, and we'd do a break in between each city. But it didn't really make sense for me to go back to Houston and go back to Austin. So I would just stay in Austin with either Jared or with some of my friends or whatever. So I was on the road. I was away from home for like 3 months.
Yeah, but Austin is a beautiful city.
Oh, it was amazing, man.
It's just one of my favorite cities, I want to say, in the U.S.
Oh, yeah. And I know you're going to ask me this later, so I'm going to tell you this now. One of my favorite tacos right now that I can say is in Austin. It's at this place called Suerte. It's on East 6. And they have something that they call it's a taco de suadero. Okay. But they make it out of brisket because we're in Texas.
Correct.
And then they smoke it, and then when it's ready to be for your taco, when they're ready to make your tacos, they cut off pieces of brisket and they put it on the griddle, and then they put something called black magic oil, which is like a sesame seed, like a salsa. Okay. Like it's black with like toasted sesame seeds. Dude, it's good. Shit is so good. They make their own tortillas. It's a little tortilla de maíz with some, tacos de suadero their way with that black magic oil that they call them, with fresh aguacate, limon and chile and salsa. Dude, I was there for my birthday last year, and it was one of the best tacos I've ever placed in my mouth.
Like legit, like any other taco.
And I've been all over Mexico City. I've been all over Mexico itself. I've been all over the U.S. New York, Chicago, L.A., San Francisco, all over Texas. I mean, I've been
everywhere,
a lot of places, and I've eaten a lot. I've eaten tacos in Tokyo. I've eaten tacos in and man, that taco at Suerte is probably one, at least in my top 5.
It's it's incredible where tacos have gone.
Yeah.
I mean, from putting now, there's some tacos in Mexico City where they put French fries. Yeah. And they add, whatever you want, nopales, cebollitas, everything. Mm-hmm. And then to come here and see what, younger chefs are doing with the food, it's crazy, just like you said. And
it's you have to be open-minded and open-stomached, open mouth, because I've eaten 50-cent, $1 tacos, and I've loved them. And I've eaten $12, $20 tacos, and I've loved them. So it's like, okay, you can't let price dictate. Like I don't judge. I don't judge before I eat. I go there, I give it a shot. See what I think. See what the tortillas. There's 3 things: tortillas. See if the tortilla is good. See if the actual carne or whatever you're eating is good, and the salsa. It's like the holy trinity. Yeah. So if 2 of those things are good, but the third one isn't as great, then it's gonna be all right. Yeah. But like something has to be amazing. Like something has to like pick up the slack.
I mean, for me, it's hardly the tortilla. Yeah. I mean,
it does make it
makes a difference.
So people ask me every day. Yeah. What's my favorite taco place in Houston? I'm from the north side, and I love Taconazo. Wow. I love Taconazo. Yeah. It's on Fulton, right by Moody Park. I think it's 4003 Fulton is the address. I've been eating there for 25 years, maybe 30 years. I don't know.
They go hard, and it's cash only. Don't forget.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. But is it the best is it technically the best taco in the world or in the city? No. It's not even the best taco on Fulton Street.
Yeah.
But I have this amazing connection and emotional connection to those tacos and quesadillas de fajita.
Yeah.
I mean, their tortillas are nothing crazy, but man, their fajitas, the way they cut them, the way they season them, the way they put them on the grill, the way they put the queso on top of them, it's like amazing. And then the salsa's amazing. I love it. Frijoles a la charra on the side, you know.
Those are good. And I think they're free, right? Or
I think they sell them for like $1 or something.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, prices have gone up, but...
and everything did.
Yeah.
But I was driving with my friend Alex. We went to Humble this weekend. And on the way we passed, and I was like, dude, on the way back, we're stopping at Taconazo.
Yeah.
He was like, bro, I heard that place is bomb. I was like, dude, it's not the best place, but it's...
And the funny thing is, I tell people all the time, Taconazo is like a 2 a.m. taco, not a 2 p.m. taco. Like, I've had it during the day. I mean, I think they even open like at 9 or 10 in the morning.
Oh, I know.
But they close late. They close at like 2 or 3 at night. And man, after the sun goes down, those tacos go hard. It's especially like when you're hungry. They taste so much better at night. And if you're eating, like, that's the quintessential Houston taco. The late night taco that you go and it's cash only, and you get it and you either eat it in your car or on the hood or on the trunk of your car. Right, that's Houston right there.
Yeah.
Houston has that on lock. That experience, not that we're the only people to do that, but
correct.
I think we do that the best.
Yeah, especially with the nightlife and food is obviously a plus. You know, you spoke about all kinds of tacos. You said breakfast tacos.
Oh yeah.
So can we tell me a little bit of how many tacos are they in a day? Like, you get your breakfast tacos, your lunch taco, or in your dinner taco?
I mean, yeah, we could. I think once again, I get that from my dad, where my dad could be eating caldo de pollo and he'll have his tortillas, and he's making a taco from the from the pollo and from the arroz, and he's eating his taco and he's eating his caldo. It's like you can really make a taco out of anything these days, or actually people have been eating that way for generations or millennia. We're not the first people to eat tacos, but man, yeah, I mean, in the morning. So usually my dad wakes up. I live with my dad in the north side. My dad wakes up. He'll eat like a pan or cereal or something with his cafe. He wakes up before me. He's an early riser, and then I'll wake up a little bit later, and then that's when we'll start to make breakfast. Chorizo con huevo or jamón or bacon or something. Today we made bistec ranchero. I cut up the chiles and the cebolla and the tomate and with the I think it was like 7 steak, and it went fucking hard with some frijoles
for breakfast.
Jesus, but see, that's the thing. He eats more of a traditional breakfast. I wake up a little bit later, like around 9 or 10, maybe even closer to 11 sometimes, because either I'm up
playing
Warzone or editing or writing an article. So sometimes I fall asleep very late or early in the morning. So I'll wake up later. So by the time I'm eating, it's almost lunch. But yeah.
Man,
my dad tiene desayuno, and then we have almuerzo.
You have your almuerzo. Yeah, I mean, the huevos con chorizo tacos always goes.
And hard. Sometimes we do like papas con huevo y chorizo.
It goes hard, dude. My neighbor, two houses down, he makes some bomb ass chorizo.
Really?
Yeah, and he makes me like blocks of it, and he just gives it to me. He's like, "Hey, I got your chorizo." And I was like, let's go.
It's the best type of neighbors, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I went to go watch the football games a couple weekends ago with one of my neighbors, and man, he went down. He did some fajitas, and he did some like puerco, like the pork chops, on the grill, and he had like aguacate and tortillas and salsa.
Those are the best, dude. Y luego que vas de invitado, y es de gorra, como dicen papá.
Y luego tenía que ir a otra parte, otras partes, y dije, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying. Unas modelos, unos tacos.
That's good, man. I mean, those are the best, the best people to be around with. I saw that you were with Max. Max is dope, man. I heard.
Yeah.
He's pretty famous with a lot of people that like, oh man, I go to this guy's house. He's my buddy, and he cooks it down.
Well, the funny thing about Max is that he's a photographer, so I knew him through photography. But then he follows me and he sees that I do the taco thing. He's like, man, tienes que venir a probar a la carne asada. I was like, yeah, I'm down, bro. Let me know. So he sent me his address. He goes, because ellos le van al Monterrey.
Sí, Rayado de Corazón.
Cuando está Monterrey, they're over there partying and watching the game and carne asada y todo. Man, they go hard. They do the carne, they do the longaniza, and then sometimes they do like tuétano.
Man, the tuétano tacos are good. I haven't personally gone to him.
Yeah.
I know him way back too.
Yeah. So it's like, and he actually this past weekend he invited me, and I was out taking photos, and I almost didn't make it because Monterrey had played earlier in the day, so ya habían empezado tomando y comiendo todo el día. So I was like, well, let me pass by. I was like, let me pass by on my way home. If I see that they're still outside or chilling, I might stop by at least for a little bit. And there was just like 3 guys left. There was a 4th guy like passed out on the couch. Yeah. So I parked and I went in. Hey, ¿qué onda? Sorry I'm late, man. I was out taking photos without working. He's like, pues hay poquito de comer, ¿quieres? Y así. So he brought me out like some carnitas and some sausage and some tortillas. And then he brought out the mezcal.
Oh my God, 400 conejos.
Oh man, that shit was so smooth, so good.
Let me tell you what happened to me. So I can't drink right now. I'm on a little sabbatical. I can't. It's disclosed, but I can't drink. I just went to Mexico City about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and we were celebrating a birthday on Saturday. That's the whole reason why we went. We were celebrating a birthday. And I was like, no, I want to drink 400 conejos. Oh. So I go to the store and I buy 400 conejos. Nobody wanted to drink it. But they knew what it was, but they're like, nah, I don't want to drink it. So this is a crime, but I did palomas with 400 conejos.
I mean, another thing about the food is the drinks.
Correct.
So I've been around amazing mixologists and bartenders and just people that know their drinks, and I've had some amazing mezcal cocktails all over the world, bro.
A really good bartender that I like a lot, Chino from Hugo's or something.
Oh yeah. Chino from he's at Sochi.
Sochi. Yeah, but
both same company. Sometimes he's at Hugo, sometimes.
But
yeah, Chino's cool.
He makes a mezcal drink.
Yeah,
actually. Yeah. I think it won best drink in the U.S. I believe, or in the region,
something like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. But
I also know Linda Salinas. She's another like mixologist in town. She's pretty amazing. There's a couple of and then like Alba Huerta. She's another really amazing, like award-winning mixologist here in town.
Restaurants or
I think Alba is at Julep, and Linda is she's like a kind of freelance. She like consults and does different things for different companies.
Yeah, I didn't get too big.
Oh, and then you have Greg El Cantinero.
No,
Greg El Cantinero. He's doing Trash Panda, Space Cowboy, and Chivos HTX, which are different places here in town. And Greg is amazing, bro. He was one of the original people that started up at Monkey's Tail.
I've never been there.
He also, before Trash Panda, it was Edison. So, but that guy is like, every time I talk to him, he's like a wealth of knowledge and just very like, he knows his shit. He knows hospitality. He knows how to bring people in. He knows how to make great menus, food and cocktail wise.
Correct.
He's just a great person, man.
I think those are the best. I have a few bartenders too in the good places, but I was telling you that I got really into like learning more about food and things like that about 2 years ago, and I met this guy named Ignacio Corona.
Okay.
He's the GM at Hugo's.
Okay.
Yeah, I met him at a carne asada, and he came in and he had a bottle of Don Julio 70.
Oof.
And then he was like, hey man, let me explain to you about this bottle.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy probably works for like Don Julio or some shit. But like, he explained everything to the dime. I was like, damn. He was like, taste it this way.
Yeah.
And then he was like, you should come over to my job, one day. So I'll go over to Hugo's. And he gives me the whole throwdown. And I'm like, I want to come here. And I want to learn about this.
I just had this conversation about mezcal. A lot of people are afraid of mezcal. Just because they haven't like really tried it or had it, or the experience they have had with it has been not great.
It's because
there's so many flavor profiles with mezcal, and it's like you just have to kind of find the one that suits you the best. Some of them are very dry, very earthy. Some of them can be fruity. Some of them can be very smooth. It just depends on what way you're gonna go with it.
Yeah, I mean, 400 Conejos is just perfect.
Super smooth.
It's smooth.
I wasn't not expecting. It's a Joven, so which means it's clear. It's white. So I was expecting like, I don't know. What's the one bad tequila?
Hornitos?
No, the other one it's in the green bottle. Patron.
Patron.
I thought it was gonna be like Patron, and I really do not like Patron.
Well, 400 Conejos is like the top notch mezcal. I mean, it's like a Don Julio.
True.
I have
it was amazing.
Of them, dude. I have the Joven, the red one, and the
Añejo, and the green Reposado.
One. Yeah. I haven't opened the green one, dude.
And we're opening it today.
Yeah.
Not tonight. I gotta drive home, bro. I'm like 80 miles from home right now.
Oh my god, man! And again, I appreciate you coming through. Dude. That's badass. So, one interaction I wanted to do. I do it on Instagram. People ask me questions. I usually ask, what do you want to know from this?
Right.
And we had like 5 or 6, but two of the ones that caught my attention was a person asked, "Is Houston a good place to come do a culinary experience? For a good culinary experience?"
Man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Houston has always been a great place to eat or to be inspired to try new things. We are literally the most diverse city in the country. More than New York, more than LA, more than Miami. We have more cultures in Houston than anywhere else in the country. And I think people don't really realize that. And that means that the cuisine, the international cuisine that's available to us is amazing. So from Indian Afghani to, Mexican, of course, Vietnamese, Japanese,
the Vietnamese.
Vietnamese, and then you have Viet Cajun. You have Cajun. You have Viet Cajun.
It's like the perfect combination. Viet Cajun,
so amazing.
I was just over there at Crawfish Noodles.
Crawfish Noodles is amazing. The chef there is awesome. I did some photos with them recently, and they're great over there. He made like some like razor clams with Hennessy or something like that.
Wow.
It was dope. Obviously, our barbecue scene is legit. It's always been legit, but man, in the last few years, 5, 10, 15 years, it's really been elevated. I mean, you have Killins, obviously, in Pearland, but I mean, it's good. Obviously, it's good. Mm-hmm. But, there's long lines, and it's a far... Pearland is far. At least for me. Yeah. It's not far from here.
I mean, you're like 5 minutes away.
Yeah, so... but I mean... You have Truth Barbecue on Washington. That's probably number 1 in the...
You think so?
It's up there. It's in the top 5 at least. But I love it. I love Pinkerton's. Pinkerton's is on Airline. It's amazing. Gatlin's Barbecue off of Ella in the Heights. It's dope. And there's a new place called J Bar M. It's in the east side. It's on Leland near like San Emmanuel, over by like Warehouse Live almost.
Yeah.
It's called J Bar M, and the team over there is amazing. So they have Willow, they have JQ right now. They have a couple of other people. My friend Alec is over there. So they all do their thing, and it's the building is amazing. The barbecue is amazing. That place is dope. It's probably gonna get mentioned in the top list pretty soon.
That's good. I mean, it's good that you have that connection. Like
but then you have people like Eddie O's Barbecue and JQ's Tex-Mex Barbecue that are making like taking the barbecue but also incorporating Mexican and Tex-Mex and Tejano attributes.
Yeah.
Just like in Austin you have Valentina's, and then like you have Burnt Bean, and you have 2M in San Antonio. So you have these amazing, because the original Tejanos that were making barbecue were literally Tejanos, Mexicanos, correct. And we also had, the African American experience making barbecue and soul food and different things like that. So the culture of this part of the country is rich in food history.
Yeah.
And all it takes is, doing a little bit of research either on YouTube or on Netflix about food, and you'll see how much that our our part of the world incorporates and influences food across the United States and across the world. So
yeah, and then you have mixtures of cultures, like a Mexican gets with a Colombian.
Oh yeah,
Colombian gets with a Venezuelan.
I literally just wrote an article about pupusas, and like I called a friend of mine and I was like, hey, I need to write an article about pupusas. Can you take me for some good pupusas? She's like, yes, I will go here. And we went to this place called Antojitos Salvadoreños. It's on Telephone. It's actually in the East End. Man, and I like pupusas, but man, they came out hot. The cheese was just melty, amazing. Yeah. Chicharrón, and I mean, I even took some home for my dad. And my dad was like, "Where did you get this?"
Yeah.
And but it's funny. It's like you never know. Like my dad. Like okay, so like even during the pandemic, I was taking photos of different food restaurants, and whenever I go and take photos, that food that they're making for you, they can't serve it to somebody else.
Correct.
So it's either I take it home or it's getting thrown away.
Yeah.
So they asked me, "Do you want to take it home, or do you want me, or do you want to trash it?" I'm like, I'm from my dad. I'm like, hey, I'll take it home.
Yeah.
So my dad was like, one time I went to the Vietnamese restaurant, and they gave me a whole table full of food, and they even had like this whole fried catfish,
just for you.
And I took it home. My dad was in heaven, bro.
I bet.
My dad, he tore that catfish up. It took him a couple of days to finish it, but he tore that shit up, man. And it's funny because my dad doesn't have social media. My dad doesn't read the Houston Press. He doesn't really know. He didn't really get what I did. He just knew that I would go out, take photos, come home late, smell like weed sometimes because I was with all these rappers. I'd go to concerts. Like, okay, I'm going to go take photos at a concert. Or, hey, I'm going to Austin for a week. I'll be back. Yeah. Or like, hey, I'm going to Japan. And he's like, I guess. But when I did the book, he kind of I took him to all because we had book, what are they called? Book signings in all the cities. So we did like Austin and Dallas and Houston and San Antonio. So I would take him with me to all these places, and he could actually sit there with the book and see what I did. He could see that I was like networking, and he kind of realized like what I do. And now he's like, vas a ir a tomar fotos, or vas a ir a un concierto, or like he finally gets what I do.
Yeah, it's crazy. Rafael Navarro was here last week. You met him. Rafael Navarro from Chicago, and he said the same thing, dude. He was getting into rapping, and he would sit down and write his lyrics, and his parents were like, what are you doing? Yeah. Like, what is this? Like, and they wouldn't understand it till they actually saw him on NTV. They were like, oh, that's what you're doing with your papers. I was like, okay. And then after that, they're just like, okay, I like what you're doing, all that kind of stuff. But that's a Mexican thing,
Well, that's what I've been like. So I take my niece to school every morning, and then I pick up my niece, my nephew, my two nieces and my nephew. I'll pick them up from school every afternoon, and I like to talk to my niece. She's 13 now, or she's 12 now. She's about to be 13. She's gonna be a teenager, and she's in 6th grade right now. She's in middle school.
Okay,
but it's like I try to kind of teach her things. Like we'll listen to different music, or we'll listen to the news, or we'll kind of talk about different things. And one of the conversations we were having the other day was, obviously, education is important.
Correct.
Finishing your studies, your high school, or going to college if that's what you want to do. But also, you should also learn other things outside of school, whether it's
an instrument
or art. Like she really likes art, and she likes all kinds of other things. It's like you don't have to go to like a traditional school. You can go to the art institute. You could do culinary school if you want to do that. There's so many options out there. And there's nothing wrong with trying something if you want to do it. And then if you realize it's not for you a couple years down the line, you can try something else.
Yeah.
I told her, look at me. I'm not doing what I went to school for, but I love what I do. So it's like nowadays there are more opportunities to start and fail and start again in your career. Whereas before, ibas a la escuela, And then trabajabas en lo que fuiste a la escuela y te casabas, tenías hijos y te morías.
Yeah, it was a whole circle routine, you know, like go back to work for it and you kids.
Yeah.
And that's a good point, man. That's a good point that you made, that now we have that opportunity of being able to fail and start again and see if you fail again or you succeed, man. And that's a lot of with my projects that I do, you know, like if I fail, man, fucking, you know, at least I tried it.
I mean, you're going to learn either way.
Yeah. That's good, man. So I want to talk about tacos a little bit more.
Yeah, of course.
So, you know, I
just came from a taco influencer meetup.
Yeah, just imagine talking about tacos, dude. So I want to put it out there to Houston. What are your top 5 taco spots in Houston?
So this is something that I get asked pretty regularly. I think it was like 2018. I wrote an article for Houstonia magazine. It was like the top 27 tacos you must eat in Houston before you die. And the way the food industry works is like that was published, and 3 months later, I already need to make an update. We published a taco book in 2016, and it's due for a major update. You know, but that's just the way, you know, restaurants come and go and fail, and chefs and cooks turn over, and I mean that's just the way the industry works, and that happens. And one place is no longer there anymore. Another place is good now. You know, you never know. But I'll tell you what. I'm from the north side, so Taconazo has always been one of my top. If I have to pick top 5, Taconazo is going to be up there.
Top 5.
Top 5. So I wrote this down. Taconazo is definitely up there.
Okay.
Because I love the food, and I have an emotional connection to it, and I'm from the north side. So there's a friend of mine, his name is Isaac. He has something called the Tacos Bomberos. It's a pop-up. So right now he pops up at Holler Brewing. It's a brewer. It's hard for me to say. Brewery.
Yeah, brewery.
They make beer there.
Where's where they make the beer?
It's off of Edwards. I think it's like 2000 Edwards, and he makes some amazing like fajita tacos and like chicken tacos and even veggie tacos.
Wow.
He'll make tacos and tortas, and then he's working off this like this
Parrilla.
griddle. Yeah, como el tamaño de este desk. And man, he's a fucking magician with his parrilla, man. And he gets good quality meat, and he gets good quality ingredients, and it takes him a while because he's like a one-man show. He has his cashier, and he has like a little bit of help here and there, but he you know, he wants to make sure that you're getting good tacos, fresh tacos, quality tacos. So the prices are fair. I mean, they're a little bit higher because literally meat prices have gone through the roof.
For sure.
So,
and then if you get that good quality,
he gets the best quality carne. Tacos Bomberos is the
number
name.
4?
No, yeah. Well, I don't like really ranking.
No ranking, just okay, cool beans.
So Taconazo, Tacos Bomberos. I was recently introduced to this place. It's called Correcaminos. Tacos Correcaminos or Taqueria Correcaminos. It's a food truck. It's a taco truck. If you're on Airline going north, and I live in that area. I live off of Airline in Little York. So in that area over by the Pulga, by the Sunny Flea Market and the Tia Pancha, and so I live in that area. Mm-hmm. So if you go past Tia Pancha and you keep going, but before you get to West Road on the left side, it's called Correcaminos. Tacos Correcaminos. It's a little food truck, and they have like a little parking lot, and right next to it is like a michelada spot. But Tacos Correcaminos is probably my favorite trompo in the city.
Is that like where it's open trailer and they have like the trompo and then the suadero there? And you get
they don't have suadero there.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. They do have the trompo there, which is awesome because you can only do trompo outside of the city limits because of the health inspector. Now, a friend of mine, another really good taqueria, his name is Saúl Obregón. He has La Macro. Yeah. And he's from Monterrey. And he actually had a restaurant on North Main, and he went to the city and talked to them and asked them why they wouldn't let trompo inside the city limits. And it had to do with like regulations and the way it was prepared and cooked and different that. Yeah. But he was able to formulate this contraption, which is where he made his trompo. Mm-hmm. to the specifications that actually passed the health inspection. And so it had to be like stainless steel, and they had to be like meet so many criteria. Yeah. And most places don't, because of cost or because of it's too time consuming, or if it's too labor intensive to do actual trompo to meet the code of Houston. But Saul, he was able to do it. So he had his restaurant, Taqueria La Macro, on Main, and then he closed that down. He had a little pop-up también con una parrilla, and he would do different things. He had like Warehouse Live and different places.
I remember him at Warehouse Live.
And then he had a bar, La Macro, which is on Washington.
They closed, right?
And they closed, yeah. But he was there for a while, and then he's just on his food trucks. Now he has 2 food trucks. He bought a new food truck. He's about to brand it, and yeah. So he's from Monterrey. He kind of perfected his recipe of trompo, and I actually, during the pandemic, I worked on that truck for like a month because I needed cash and there was no gigs, and Saul is amazing. I've learned a lot from him. He's a really dear friend. His food is amazing. He does this one thing, a trompi burger, which is
I saw that on Instagram.
Hamburguesa, but he puts the trompo on top. Ooh, and whenever I ask for my burger, I ask them to put frijoles on the buns.
Ooh.
And then they put the queso and the hamburger patties and the trompo, and then I tell them to put queso on top, and then I put salsas.
You sleep good after that, dude.
Fuck, dude, it's probably one of the best things.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Right now, that you give me your 5. I'm gonna give you my 5, and you're gonna have to go to one of those places because if you say you like your torta like that, bro, I'm gonna put you on some stuff. But let me check on the camera before.
All right.
See this? Oh yeah, bro. We got 15 minutes. We good, bro. Awesome beans, man. So macro.
Yeah. Correcaminos, Bomberos, Taconazo, Taqueria Don Tin. So Don Tin, it's this. There's actually a gentleman named Don Tin. He has his truck. It's him and his sons. So I think there's like 4 or 5 Taqueria Don Tins, and right by my house, literally the closest taco truck to me is Taqueria Don Tin. Is right on Little York. And what I really like is that they do tacos estilo Matamoros. So in Matamoros, where I was born, where I'm from, in Matamoros, Tamaulipas, right across the border from Brownsville, Texas, there's a place called El Último Taco. Okay. It's literally the last taqueria before you cross the border.
Wow.
And they make these little, tacos.
Mini tacos.
Mm-hmm. Street tacos. The bistec, they're full, and they put queso fresco on top and aguacate.
Oh, man, yes.
Oof. So
I've had that taco before. So
fucking good. Yeah. That's probably like either taconazo or el último taco is like, if I was on death row, that's what my death row meal would be. I could eat like a dozen of them.
Yeah, but they're small. I mean, but they're
still. I could probably eat more than that if I really wanted to.
Man,
but it's so good. So Taqueria Don Tin has tacos estilo Matamoros. Mm-hmm. So it's like whenever I just want some, or I just want to remember Matamoros, I'd go and I call them now. I have their number, so I just call them and I put my order in, and I usually get 2 orders, one for my dad and one for me, and they call me when it's ready. I go and I pick it up, bring it back, and we eat.
That's the one thing about being, a food person. You get the plugs in every restaurant. Well, not the plugs, but people know you.
Oh yeah, like, it's like anywhere. You're regular somewhere, and they're gonna know you, and like my friend Carolina, who I was telling you about those pupusas. Mm-hmm. She goes to this Antojitos Salvadoreños all the time, and she wanted to do like a big order for her family. They're like, like 100 pupusas, 150 pupusas, and they're like, we usually you have to pay for that in advance, and it's that. But they're like, wait, is that you, Carolina? It's like, yeah. It's like, you're good. We'll make it. You'll be ready for it. You can just come whenever.
Wow.
So it's the same thing. Like I go places, and like people, because I go there a lot, and they know who I am, and I try to support, and I never ask for free food. I don't. I know a lot of food bloggers do.
Yeah.
There's a fine line that you cross there, whether
that's a subject that we have to touch. You know, I've heard about this before.
Yeah.
Dude. It's tough coming in and asking for free food.
It's one thing when you're offered.
Yeah, if you're offered, then yes.
Yeah, you know, I get it. But if you come in and say, I want this.
Nah.
Or you owe me this.
Yeah.
I'm entitled to this. That's going over the line. I mean, most of these places are small businesses anyway. Mm-hmm. I get it if you're going to like a huge restaurant, corporation or restaurant, you know, or chain. Okay, they have, you know, a certain amount of, you know, comps that they can give people.
I experienced this last week. I was sitting down at Urbe, the new
I love Urbe, dude.
So I was sitting down. I was waiting for my girl on the table, and the girl that wasn't sitting across from me is a food blogger.
Yeah.
And she tells the guy, "No, pues tráeme esto, y esto, y esto. Y esto se va a ver bueno para la foto." I was like, "What the fuck?" I didn't know she was a food blogger until they brought the food, and the manager came out and was like, "Oh, does that look good?" She was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." She was like, "I'm not paying for it, right?"
Oh, hell no.
I was like, whoa. I was like, man, how the fuck? I'm sorry for how did you get in here? Like, dude. You know, it's hard for me to even get into, like, I've been trying to reach out to them, like, hey, like, let me come and do a blog there or something.
Yeah. When I was there, Chef Hugo was there and he recognized me.
Yeah.
And I remember I did some photos with him one time at a private dinner with him and his brother, and they're really amazing. So he remembers me, and then one time I took my dad to Caracol, and he was there, and he, you know, brought out some. They do these amazing wood-fired grilled oysters.
Yes, the best, bro.
Oh, yeah. Dude, those things are like crack to me. Like crazy, I love those things. But he sent some of those out. When I got the bill, they didn't charge for like some of the drinks. You know, that's always good. And you know what I do when I get comp like that? Yeah. I roll that into the tip that I give the server.
You know what? And it speaks good about him. But everywhere I go for Chef Hugo, and I know like all the managers, I get the best service. And and people always tell me, why do you always recommend Hugo? I was like, bro.
Number one, their food is amazing. Number two, their hospitality or their service is amazing.
The best, man. The best.
At Sochi, I know the general manager there. His name is Elvis. Oh, Elvis is amazing. Every single time I go there, and he takes care of me, or he's there, or he'll tell somebody, hey, make sure he's good. And, you know, I'll get oysters, I'll get like an amazing glass of wine, or I'll get like an amazing cocktail. Hey, you know, they were making this today. See, it's going to be new and it's not on the menu yet. They want you, can you try it? And like I said, I always take care of the servers and make sure everybody's good. But man, it's good to be in that position too, but not to take advantage of it.
Yeah, don't take advantage of it. Yeah. For you guys that are watching me, don't do that.
But yeah, I never ask for free anything. Wow. You know, I always go in expecting to pay.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether they comp me or not, one way or another, that money's going in the tip jar, or I'm leaving it on the table or something.
Yeah, that's good, man. Tom, I'm gonna tell you my 5.
Oh, I'm not finished.
Oh, you're not finished.
Taqueria Don Tin. Yeah. It's funny because La Macro wasn't on the list, but it is on the list kind of thing. But I guess the honorable mention is Alamo Tamale Company. Oh, and the reason I say that is because I love going there. Yeah. And I love, you know, obviously I love getting off and I love seeing whatever I want to get. But usually the best things there are the tacos de barbacoa. Yeah. And the tamales. So now they have not a lot of people know this, and I don't even know if I want to even say it, but they have a drive-through. No. So I go. Wow. It's on. The entrance is on the right side, and the drive-through is way on the left side. Mm-hmm. So I just go through the drive-through, and usually there's like 1 or 2 cars there, and I'll go get like a dozen tamales, caseros de puerco. They even have brisket tamales.
It's been a while since I've been, but it is real good.
And then I'll get the barbacoa. If I don't get a pound, I'll get like 3 or 4 tacos.
I'm gonna put you on some barbacoa.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you probably already know about
I love Gerardo's.
El Hidalguense.
Oh, El Hidalguense on Long Point.
Yeah. So that's one of my top 5s. Un taco de barbacoa en El Hidalguense. Oh yeah. Nunca te puede ir mal. Never.
Now, the service there sometimes.
Man, it's understandable because it's fucking packed.
Yeah. No, I get it, but
sometimes. But the food there never loses.
Food's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, just la tortilla chamano, los nopalitos, la salsa que hacen con tatemado.
Y es barbacoa de borrego.
Yeah, and it's barbacoa de borrego, and it's bomb, dude.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Bomb. I would like.
I do like that place.
Yeah.
There's also speaking of birria, Doña Leña, also in Spring Branch.
Yeah.
That place is cool. The owner there is really cool too.
Yeah, man. I need to go try them out. I haven't. So
and obviously TJ.
Yeah, man. He goes.
Jesse over there, man. TJ Tacos. Was it TJ?
Birria y más.
Their birria ramen.
It goes hard.
Oh, almost saves my life sometimes. Sometimes I go in there, and that birria ramen just. Well,
so Jesse is on my top 5.
Yeah.
Not because he's a friend of mine.
I would say that he's up there. I mean, I literally when we were there the other day, I went the next day with my friend Karen.
Yeah.
And we had, and the funny thing is, when I was walking out, I had like 2 other people that followed me that said, I came here because you put it on your story yesterday.
Wow, man. Not just because Jesse's my friend, but hands down best birria for me. And not saying that any other.
And the cool thing about that is he's very welcoming. He's very open about his food and about his restaurant.
Yeah,
he told us his story, and then he told us that he uses 3 types of carne to make his birria, and that like blew my mind. He's like, I use brisket for this, I use this because of this, and I use this because I was like, wow, that's dope.
Yeah, but he has. Background in kitchens, and he has a passion for cooking,
and you can tell.
Yeah,
and his staff is amazing too. Like everybody that works there is dope. Like they get it from him. Like they get the love to serve, which is amazing because you see that a lot in the Mexican culture and in the taco culture. They're happy that you're happy.
Yeah,
they're welcoming. When I go to Correcaminos, I've been there maybe 2 or 3 times only because I was just introduced to it.
Yeah.
Marco, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué te ofrecemos?
Yeah, that's always that hospitality. Now I'm gonna go more into a street side. Have you ever been to Tacos La Bala?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So the original one on Bel Air, obviously.
Yeah, that one.
But there's one by my house too. There's one off of Airline and Tidwell, and it's okay. It's good. Like I'll get some like either gorditas or sopes there, and
but
some tacos.
I go there for my tacos de tripa.
I like tripa. I don't love tripa.
Ah, man, I love tripa.
Yeah. My dad likes tripa. My dad loves tripa. Now, my friend David Rodriguez from the Tipping Point, he's a chef as well, and I've had he was actually in the taco book, and when I had his tripa tacos, they were amazing. But he went to this like guy off of Hardy somewhere in Aldine that actually mata chivos, and gets their tripas and he cleans them, and okay, so that you're going above and beyond, and he made sure that they were crispy and really clean, and okay, I can eat tripas like that.
But like anywhere else,
it's hard for me. It's hard for me to get into tripa.
Tripa came to me was because of my dad and my uncle.
Yeah,
he used to be like, vamos por unos tacos de tripa al tianguis in Mexico City. So you'll go to the tianguis, eat tacos de tripa, and badass. So when we came here to Houston, Tacos La Bala right down off Bel Air was our tripa spot. We would go on the weekends and we'd go eat there. And I think it's a like a mutual feeling I have with them that I remember going there with my dad.
You have an emotional connection, and food and liking something is very subjective. Just like art. Yeah, some people like one type of art and some people don't get it. Same with food. Like everybody has an opinion and they're welcome to their opinion, and some people like tripas, some people don't. Some people love taconazo, some people don't. So it's like there's no wrong, thing unless it's Torchy's. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Torchy's. but no, I'm not kidding.
Let's not get burned.
I don't want to burn any bridges here. If Torchy's wants to pay me to do something, I will do it. Probably. I'll charge a premium, but I will do it. But when people tell me that they love Torchy's, and the first thing they say is, "Oh yeah, because their queso's amazing." Okay, you just proved my point.
Their tacos are not good. Yeah.
Now, excuse me, I do like some Torchy's tacos. I like the brush fire, which is the jerk chicken, spicy jerk chicken. I do like, there's one called the Democrat and one called the Republican.
Yeah,
one of them is a barbacoa, one of them is like a sausage. Okay, they have some really pretty good tacos on their menu.
Yeah.
But I think they're doing too much. They're doing too much of everything. If they would scale down their menu and do those things amazingly or like above average or really, really well, I think I would like it more. But right now their menu is so big and they do everything kind of not half-assed, but it could take a little bit more.
It's more of a it lost the sense.
I remember eating Torchy's when it first came out. I remember eating Torchy's in Austin when it first came out. Okay, it was innovative. It was different.
Yeah.
It was interesting. But they're and obviously they're not going for authentic. They're going for like the opposite of authentic, which is fine. I get it. They're hipster, they're Austin, they're whatever. But man, how can you sit there and tell me that Torchy's is your favorite when there's literally 20 places next to Torchy's that are better than Torchy's?
I've had that argument before with people.
But like I said, everybody has their opinion. Taste. They're entitled to it. More tacos la bala, more taconazo for me, more correcaminos for me, more everything for me. Like, you do your thing.
So I'm gonna put you on another taco that blew my mind when I tried it. It's called, the food truck is called El Costeñito.
Okay.
Right here off of South Post Stoke. It's a blue trailer. You can't miss it. It looks like a club because it has LED lights everywhere. But Jesus Christ, the guy there, man. The guy there, he's my compadre. He's an awesome person, dude. But I met him because I tried his food. Porfirio. And
where's he from?
He is from Tabasco, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I'm mistaken, compadre. And if I am, I'm sorry. But I know that's why the Costeñito comes.
He just lost a subscriber.
Yeah, fuck. That's why the Costeñito comes from, dude.
Yeah.
So he has tacos estilo el Costeñito. Bruh. When I tell you, he gives it to you in a plate and it's 4 big ass tacos. Pero vienen bien surtidos de lo que, si es de pastor, de fajita, de lo que quieras, pero los hace estilo como crema, y le echa crema y un poquito de lechuga and bro.
So good.
It's good, dude. So that's in my top 5, el Costeñito, dude. It's mega. And then their torta, dude. La cubana. I did a video on that. I gotta show it to you. I did a video on la torta cubana from there because, bro, it's the best. Yeah. It's literally, for me, I know there's other tortas out there.
Yeah.
But that one's my cubana, like where I could go to.
Another person that I want to talk about is Daniel Leal. He's over at Night Shift Bar in the east side of Harrisburg. So the bar itself is amazing. The cocktail menu and everything they serve is amazing. But he runs the kitchen there. And man, he does some amazing food. He does these enchiladas potosinas that are amazing. And he's from Monterrey. But they're not really enchiladas. They're more like tacos dorados.
Sí.
And they're really great. And then he does Taco Tuesdays. And he does sometimes he does tacos tlaquepaque, which is like carne deshebrada. But then they los bañan in salsa roja, like a salsa roja de tlaquepaque is what it's called. And man,
they're good.
So freaking, and all the whole food menu. I mean, he has like a orange chicken sandwich on there. He has the buñuelos that he makes are the best buñuelos I've had outside of Mexico City. Not buñuelos, the churros. Oh my god, the churros there.
Yeah.
Also, death row meal right there. Death row dessert.
Man,
the churros there at Night Shift Bar are to die for.
Wow.
And then close to there, off of Cullen, there's another place called Taco Keto. And they do something called coquetadas, which is like a mix between a taco and a enchilada.
Where's this? In Pasadena, right?
No. It's off of Cullen and 45, like across from U of H, like Cullen and Polk.
Do they have a second location?
I don't know, but this place is it's a red truck. And they're only open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday maybe. But man, those coquetadas are.
Oh, there's a food truck. My fifth one.
Y lo sirven con papitas, not papitas francés, but
like square cut. Oh. Yeah, that's the best. Off of 45 in College.
Okay.
Tacos El Primo. Tacos El Primo.
Okay.
Food truck right next to a food tire shop.
Okay.
Get their Primazo package.
Really?
It's a plate and it's... Oh, man, you know when la tortilla se ve bien sudadita?
Oh.
Like you can see the
you can see the grease, you can see through it.
You can see through it, dude. And then they pastor y su trompo, like it looks beautiful. You know when it's fine cut and it's on there. And you can ask for un nopalito completo, cebollita.
Nice.
My mouth can just go wild. And then
there's a bunch of great places in the south side. You have a cilantro, you have taco madre, you have a jalapeno. So
tacos, you know, Jesse put me on this taco stick.
Oh, I love taco stick. Bro. They're straight up from Monterrey.
Yeah, man.
Oh, their bistec tacos and their pastor. The pastor is good, but their bistec tacos are literally like I'm in Monterrey.
But you know the
I like taco steak.
The tortilla there too is like
bañada en aceite.
Te va a dar diabetes.
I know, but fuck, it's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, I love taco steak.
Yeah, that's a good after 12. Taco. 1 a.m. taco. You go.
I think I was gone for a while. I don't remember if I was in Miami or New York or somewhere where there was like not that many tacos. And then I flew in and out of Hobby, and the first thing I did was go to Taco Stick. This is right down the street, like right on the feeder, like 45 South and Monroe, I think.
Mm-hmm. Somewhere around
or Airport, between Monroe and Airport or something like that. But man, Taco Stick goes hard.
Yeah, my respects to that. You know, Jesse was the one that we were out here drinking. Yeah, he was like, "I'm gonna put you on some tacos."
Taco Stick is dope.
I was like, "Yeah, bro, like for sure, like we'll go one of these days." He's like, "No, we're going right now."
That's a drive. That's a drive.
It was like 35 minutes from here with the tacos. We got it.
It's good though.
Yeah. I mean, it's dope, dude. But you know, this is calling for a second episode, man. Yeah, it's calling for an episode.
We talk about pizzas and
and
pho. And
bro, we still haven't touched those subjects, you know. And a lot of people, you know, I told my buddies that you were coming. And I was like, bro, we're going to listen to it because you love food.
You're going to get hungry.
Yeah, and you bring another person that loves food. It's great, man.
Yeah.
And we get to talk about those kind of things. But again, Marco, I want to appreciate you coming over. You know,
of course.
You know, see my subscribers. If you guys want to, you know, subscribe, we're now on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube. We're on RSS too, but nobody uses that. Marco, do you want to tell your social media?
So everything I do is Marco from Houston, MARCO, Marco from Houston on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter as well, but it's Marco from Houston, but like instead of FROM, it's the number 4 RM.
Okay.
Because Twitter restrictions on the length of your name or whatever. But yeah, Marco from Houston. If you search Marco from Houston on Google, you'll find me.
Nice.
But yeah, like I said, I'm a photographer and food. We really dominated about food, and I have millions of stories about like taking photos at Coachella, taking photos at Lollapalooza, taking photos at EDC. You know, I've traveled all over the world. You know, I've traveled to Tokyo with Mugby. I've traveled to Colombia. I've traveled all. You know, it's amazing. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed where photography and tacos have taken me. And like you said, like if you have a dream, you know, chase it. If you fail, fuck it, do something else, or do whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, man, and just your dream took you all over the world. It's amazing, bro, and it's a great way to finish this. I'm telling you, I think this calls for a second episode.
I'm down.
Yeah, we'll definitely plan it out. This will be out this week. This will be an episode for this week. So if you guys are watching already, please like the video. It helps a lot with the algorithm, crazy algorithm.
And let us know in the comments, like, what's your favorite taco? Either taco place or type of taco. Like I love my trompo and I love my barbacoa and fajitas. But man, I'm a no cebolla. I have a tattoo on my arm, and it's a taco de trompo con cilantro y chile, pero no cebolla. I'm team no cebolla. I know a lot of people give me shit for that, but
bro,
that's me right there.
La cebollita asada, you can't go wrong with that, dude.
I mean, I could do un poquito cebolla asada, but I can't do like the fresh cebolla. I can't, bro. Not on my tacos, not on my burgers, not on my anything. I can cook with cebolla. I cook with cebolla. You know,
you just take it out at the end.
Yeah, I just don't eat it.
Yeah.
But I can't do fresh cut cebolla.
Dope, man.
Anyway, tell us what your favorite kind of tacos are, what your favorite taco places are. If it's Torchy's, I'm sorry for what I said earlier, but not really.
Not really, not really sorry. But yeah, comment down there, tell us your favorite place to eat tacos on. I'll make some clips for Instagram so people will interact with there. And don't forget about La Feria, May 22nd. We're going to have Marco there as a judge for
judging the birria contest.
Dude.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's sponsored by TJ Birria Mas.
Yeah.
And now it's sponsored, the trophies are sponsored by birria.com.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. We met Christian last week.
Yep.
Oh, man, it'll be crazy, dude. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah,
man.
so we're coming up with the categories. If you know some categories that we should judge the birria on, then let us know too. We're still working on that. So
for sure, man. But again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, everybody that's watching. Mom, I love you. I know you always watch me every single video. But great, dude. Appreciate it, man. Deuces, man. Oh, man, that was crazy. Dude, we almost hit the hour and a half.
damn.
I was like, man, we could
Well, you still gotta edit it.
Yeah, but I was like, man, we gotta go on for like at least 2 hours of this.
Yeah, you still gotta edit it. You can take some stuff off.